here's the thing. Before I introduce the episode, I want to admit something.
Oh,
Okay.
I want to admit something to all of you.
Yes.
I was wrong.
Inspired by the adventures of our nurses, therapists, and techs, A Beer with Atlas is the only healthcare traveling, craft beer drinking podcast. Each week, we'll open a few beers, talk about the brewery and the style of beer, and then dive into some research curated specifically for each episode. In the end, we hope each one sounds like a conversation you'd have with your friends while enjoying a few cold ones.
Welcome to another episode of A Beer with Atlas. I'm Rich.
I'm shocked.
I'm Dolan.
I'm wrong.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I have said before, Las Vegas is a beer wasteland. Now, we've had Atomic Duck. We've had, there's a couple other breweries.
Ninth Island Brewery.
Ninth
Yeah,
Island,
that pineapple
right?
one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I didn't necessarily change my, they were good beers. I wouldn't go there on a beercation or something, right?
I'd go to Atomic Duck just because of the story.
I would too.
I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's not that far from the Strip.
No.
So you can make it down there, and the art district down there is awesome. Mm-hmm. Now, I found a beer there in Las Vegas the last time I went. Friends of my wife turned 50, and so we went down
Nice.
and celebrated down in Las Vegas. And I found this brewery called Trustworthy Brewing in the Palazzo at the Venetian. And here's how I found
Oh,
it. I
okay.
completely stumbled upon this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard of this before.
So, Kristen, my wife's very, very good friend from college, high school before and then college,
Oh, okay.
turns 50, and this is where we all meet down there. Her mom comes with, and her mom is in, oh boy, she's probably in her 80s, maybe.
Okay.
She's getting up there.
Yeah.
She keeps up with us.
Hell yeah.
Like, she wants to go. She wants to
Nice.
see as much stuff as possible. She wants
Right.
to experience everything. She went on the high roller with them.
That's
dang.
cool.
She wants
Wow.
to go. And one night after we got done eating, we're like, okay, where do you want to go? And she's like, I want to go down to the Venetian. I want to see the shops down there, and I want to see the gondolas and all of that. So we were staying right there where we stay for TravCon. At now it's called Horseshoe. Before it was called Bally's.
Bally's.
Correct. So we walked down that way, and we're walking through the Palazzo, and we're looking at the shops and stuff like that, and we're getting ready to go. So we're thinking, okay, we've seen everything we think. And my wife looks at a sign and says brewery, and it has an arrow pointing back the way we came.
Oh.
And I'm like, she's like, what? There's a brewery back there? I'm like, yep. And Kristen, who is a beer nerd like us, she was like, oh, we got to go find this. And Jenny was like, shit.
She should have never said
Shouldn't
anything.
have said anything.
Right.
And that's how we stumbled upon Trustworthy Brewing.
Nice.
And that's where we found this beer. So this beer is called, where is it at? It is a collab with
I like
Hudl
that-
Brewing
that
in.
raspberry with his top hat.
You
He's
like
cute.
him?
Yeah.
It's called Trip the Light Razztastic.
Tripped Light Fantastic. That is a song from the new Mary Poppins movie.
Oh, really?
And Lin-Manuel Miranda sings it.
I had this on tap. They actually gave me the last of it was on Nitro. They gave me the last like half pour because the keg was out. So I got the last little bit. And so she didn't charge me for it. So then I bought this last can that they had available
Wow.
and brought it back here. So collab between Hudl Brewing Company and Trustworthy Brewing. Hudl Brewing is located at 1327 Main Street in Las Vegas. Trustworthy has two locations. This one at the Palazzo, 3377 South Las Vegas Boulevard. And you've got to walk a little ways back in there to get there.
Yeah.
It's a great little tap room, though. Little. It's not little at all. It's a great tap room. And if you've ever watched Pawn Stars,
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
the Rebecca who owns the old bookstore, anytime they get an old first
Oh,
edition
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever, her shop is right next to this place.
Okay.
In the shops there.
So the little raspberry guy on here with the top hat on the can reminds me of, and I don't know where this memory comes from, but they're grapes. Do you know
Fruit
what
of the Loom underwear.
Fruit of the Loom underwear?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah,
commercials,
that's
yeah.
what it looks like.
But it's the grapes, and it has the same like Mickey Mouse gloves and
Yeah, it
everything,
might be.
and then eyes, and it looks so similar. I'm gonna look this up.
That's what I think.
I
You
think
think
that's
Fruit of the
probably it.
Loom?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did they do like an animated grape like that?
I don't know if it was animated, but
They
when
had
we were
suits
kids, there were
on.
dudes
Yeah.
dressed up like grapes that looked kind of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
Just look up raspberry underwear.
Maybe turn
Maybe,
the
yeah.
Wi-Fi off before
Yeah,
you look
go ahead
that
and do
up.
Oh
that.
no, I'm gonna make Lane wonder.
There you go. Trustworthy also has a location in Burbank, California. The one in Las Vegas is open Monday through Thursday, noon to 9, Friday 11:30 to 10, Saturday 10 to 10, Sunday 10 to 9.
That seems like the hours should be opposite in Vegas.
You would think
Closing
so.
at most things like open at 9.
I think it matches. So the Palazzo,
The shopping
the shops kind of
vibe.
matches the. Yes, it's a mall feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah, Hudl Brewing is closed on Monday, as any good brewery should. Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
What else did you have to drink there? Do you remember?
I had this
You're
because
like,
we were
"This is
there
it."
like
At the
almost at 10
crack of-
o'clock.
Yeah, so
Yes,
closing it down.
yes,
Okay.
they were shutting it down.
They have food? Does that sound
They
right?
had a lot of food.
Okay.
and their food looked pretty great.
I would say you're probably right because what I've got a list of stuff here, right? So we're
Okay.
going to get into a few of their other beers and some of the food stuff that you could have had you found it an hour earlier.
Gotcha.
They have a beer called T-shirt Weather, which
Okay.
is a continental pilsner. So maybe it's
What does that mean?
Maybe it's a mix of Bohemian, Italian. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's like a worldly pilsner beer.
Okay.
They have a beer called Gigil, Gigil, which is a rice pilsner. 20% of it is puffed rice. So we
Yep.
talked about that recently
We
on an
have.
episode.
Yep.
Like that makes a difference, especially in the mouthfeel. Trustworthy IPA.
Okay.
It's a West Coast. It's 6.8 and 60 IBUs, so right in that wheelhouse there. Showroom Ready, Hazy IPA, 7.4.
Interesting.
Brass Jar, which they call a hoppy amber ale.
Okay.
It's 8%,
Whoa. For an amber?
65 IBUs. So it's almost like a red IPA hybrid kind of.
Yeah.
It said the flavor profile on that is toffee and flan or flan.
Flan.
Flan. There you go.
So good.
Interesting.
And then the last one I wrote down was just called What Plain? ? Oatmeal stout. So dry, 5.3%.
Interesting.
Here's the food. This is why I asked.
Okay.
I wrote down appetizers, and I thought, what appetizers would Dolan and Rich be interested in? Because there's quite a few. There's a big list. So I wrote down 4, and see if these, trip a trigger. Deviled eggs.
Yes.
I'm in
Instantly.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
instantly.
They have
Yeah.
a homemade bloomin' onion,
Oh, okay.
I can get down with some bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
brisket nachos,
Duh.
and beer steamed mussels.
Can I
Oh.
have all of these at once, like on a platter?
Please.
Yes.
Please.
They had burgers, but not just plain burgers. It was American Wagyu beef burgers.
Of course. Well, it's Las Vegas. You gotta
right.
be fancy.
You got to eat good.
Yeah.
You got to
They-
compete with Ramsey Burger,
Right.
across the way.
Yeah.
Or the Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers.
Down the way a little
Yeah.
further.
Wahlburgers there at Horseshoe, man.
Yeah.
If you go there, that place
Is that the one that's outside?
Yes.
Yep.
I've been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
And they have their own beer.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
There's
I got an Untapped on there, by the
Yep.
way.
There's a not burger related, but there's like a burrito Mexican spot, like just down from that Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
That I always go to. It's pretty good.
And you can smell the Giordano's pizza kind of wafting
Yeah.
over there.
Giordano's.
Yeah.
I had my last one frozen on Friday night.
So hungry.
Tears. They have what they call large plates. So you're talking, I guess, entrees, right?
Sure.
Nice.
But these are things that are like you don't usually get at a brewery.
Okay.
Chicken pot pie,
Oh.
shepherd's pie,
All right.
and then they call this one chicken hunter schnitzel.
Oh.
So like
It's
a
very German.
German
Wow.
food style in that one, I guess. They have this thing called liquid brunch
Okay.
from Saturday and Sunday, so on the weekends from 10 to
Yeah.
2. And they have, it sounds like
Just soups.
a bar setup. Yes, loudmouth soups,
Okay.
Bloody Marys, mimosas. They have something called a manmosa, which is when they use a Belgian white beer.
And orange juice.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Spicy micheladas.
Yum.
God, I wish I liked that.
Then they have omelets, burritos, smoked turkey hash, chicken and waffles. That's the food.
Smoked turkey hash.
Yeah, right?
Dude, chicken and waffles though, I can get down with that.
They had sounds like this place had some rooms that you could rent out or use. Some like meeting rooms,
Like party rooms and stuff in the back. Yes.
One of them is called the Bill Murray Room.
Because there's a giant Bill Murray face on the wall.
Is there?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
We actually
interesting.
saw it. I actually saw it.
So it seats 24, and you can have 40 people standing in this room.
There's a Bill Murray right behind Brian right now.
Right now.
Oh my God, I can
Don't
feel
look.
him. I can feel him.
He's looking at you.
They have a place called just the Beer Garden. Then they have the Pink Booths, which it's a room, I guess, that has those. There's 44 you can fit in there.
Okay.
The front lounge holds 12. And then they have something called the Barrel Room, which will hold 80 folks.
They had barrels everywhere. Like
And they
that was
had-
kind of their motif.
Private entrance to these rooms.
Oh.
So not like you're not just walking in off the strip.
Oh.
Right? You have to kind of like get your, they got to kind of show you how to get into these
Did
spots.
we talk about the pink boots before in here? I feel like we had.
Well, Pink Boots is usually the female,
Exactly.
all female brewed beer that they do for
yeah, there
like
you go.
charity events.
That's what it was. So
I'm
different
talking
thing.
Pink Booths,
Oh,
like to sit on.
booth.
Would you like a booth or a table? I'll take
Gotcha.
a booth.
I gotcha.
But yes, Pink Boots. Yes, you're right.
Speaking of which, are you a booth family or are you a table family?
Well, we're not a we go out to eat family currently with a toddler that's a hellraiser, and then But if we
Yes.
do,
Yep.
definitely a booth.
Booth?
Because you can corral them into the corner.
Yes.
And you just have to deal with them crawling underneath to the other side a
Yep.
bunch of times. That I can deal with. The
Dolan?
table, that's rough.
Dolan, I'm going to guess, you seem like a table family.
I don't know.
Pub table, up high top.
I like high top.
Yeah.
I really like high top. But I guess I never really think of a preference. If they ask me,
Yeah.
I always say whichever's got the less people.
Oh, antisocial.
Better
I like it.
service then,
Yeah.
right?
What's worse when you go to a restaurant and you sit in a booth and the booth is so beat up and you know you're like sitting in somebody else's butt imprint? That's the worst. You have to like crawl out or like use a grappling hook to get out of the seat.
Look,
I hate that.
But booths are also easier to clean, I think, than
True.
than
Yeah.
chairs sometimes. Depending on the if they have leather on it, it's easy. But
Yeah.
like some of those cushiony chairs that has food stuck to the side of it, you can always see.
Just don't look.
Booth, it's an easy wipe down.
There's a pizza place over close to Brian's house. In fact, it's kind of right across the street from the road that you come out of to get to Brian's house.
Yeah.
And there's one booth in particular there that kind of leans forward. And so when you eat,
Oh,
you're
boy,
kind
you're,
of
like, leaning into it.
forward. We always ask for not that booth.
Not the leaning
Nice.
tower booth.
No.
please.
Nice. But do you usually get a booth?
We usually do get it. We are a booth family.
You get a little
yes.
more room, I feel
Nice.
like.
I think so too.
So I did find the little grape things that I was talking about,
Oh,
the
okay.
grape characters. And this is like where your memory is not always 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
The California raisin toys. Do you guys remember these?
Yes. Oh, I had those, yeah.
So
I had a saxophone guy.
Yeah, I had the skateboard guy.
They
I had
came
that
from
guy.
Hardee's, by the way.
Yes, they
Is that
did.
where they came from?
Yes.
Okay, I had the
The trumpet player, I had him too.
the skateboarder. I didn't have any of those, but yeah, it's a whole thing. But they have
Yeah.
the same gloves as kind of the,
Yes,
I
they do.
call them Mickey Mouse gloves or
Yeah.
Mario gloves because
You're
that's
right.
what they look like.
Yep.
But yeah,
There was a time, what about 89 to 90-ish?
Yep.
They were everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I won one, well, not me, but my stepdad, at the place in Des Moines,
Adventureland.
Adventureland, a huge one, 6 foot tall
Oh,
California
man.
raisin. And we had to carry it with us the rest of the day. We're like, this is so great. Then by like 2 hours later, you're like, God, this is like having another family
terrible.
member.
Yeah.
I hate
yeah.
this
They
thing.
didn't move or do anything. They were just
Oh, they were like plastic. They were made by Applause. There was a company that made them. I know this because I still sell them.
Well, don't they do the Smurfs too, didn't they?
They did the Smurf.
Yeah.
They did the Smurf
Okay.
line too.
Probably the Snorks. Remember those?
I do remember the Snorks.
I
Those
had
were
some
like
of the
weird
Smurfs.
Smurf ripoffs.
They're like the underwater Smurfs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Boo.
Not
well,
nearly
most
as
of these
cool.
toys that I had, actually, I just inherited from my dad, but they were at my grandma's house, and she saved everything. So
That's great.
Yeah.
So we could go and play with your dad's toys.
Absolutely.
Not anymore. My grandma has since passed.
But the toys are gone too?
She sold them all.
that's
Sold them
how it
all.
goes.
Not to you?
dude. No. No,
Garage sale. I would have died to go to that garage sale.
Yep.
dude,
man.
she put all these little toys, and I remember this garage sale because it was before they moved from Nebraska to Iowa.
Yeah.
My grandma had some health issues, and they had this doctor they trusted out in Iowa.
Sure.
So
Yep.
they packed up and left, and I helped pack up. I helped run the garage sale and stuff.
You're
and
like,
I
"No, not
remember
this one."
the toys going into little Ziploc bags, and we put $2 stickers on them. And this guy came in, and he was like,
Rich's nemesis.
"Oh, wow."
He's like, I know that guy.
He's like, "I'm just going to take all of these
I've done that before.
Here's your $100.
and paid the $2 price for all the bags."
Yep.
Yeah.
Without
I think
asking.
it was like,
and then ran away laughing.
and just
Tire squealed.
gone.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all the California Raisin guy. We had Smurfs. We had, what are the little tiny cars, tiny machines?
Oh,
Micro
Micro machines.
Dude, hell yeah.
We had a bunch of different Hot Wheels that he bought. I had a ton of. I sold. I don't know why, but like I wanted money, so I was selling like
Your wrestling guys?
my wrestling guys.
Oh, boy. Buddy.
I sold all of them, dude. I had like original Ric Flair. Like I remember all of these, and now I see them, and I'm just kind of super bummed out. But
I've actually at garage sales like this before, where you run across something like this.
Yeah.
I've asked for a box, like you got a box or whatever. And, like they give me an empty box, and I've actually just arm cleaned the entire thing into the box, and then gave it to them.
Here you
like,
go. How much for this?
Box? I've done that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
$20.
$20.
Okay.
And
done.
then I run to the car giggling. And
and you're like, woohoo, got
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the best.
Dude, we went to an estate sale this last weekend, and they had a whole like driveway table. Like, you know, they ran the foldable tables all the way up the driveway.
Yeah.
And it was filled with Beanie Babies.
Oh my.
And people were just like looking at the Beanie Baby, and you could tell they were like Googling the Beanie
Oh, the
Baby,
price
and
go-
like
yeah.
they were just going
Yeah.
ham on this thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go check out the inside of the house.
I've got a little bit of research on Hudl.
Okay.
The other company.
Yeah, hit
the
us-
other
hit us up.
brewery.
Not the sports company.
Not the sports company located in Lincoln, but spelled similar, I believe.
The same.
Is it the same?
HUDL,
Yeah.
I think.
What's the sports company? I don't know about this.
They were like a pioneer for
High school and college athletes.
exactly.
So they would, if there was any like prospects in high
Yeah.
school, what they do is they go and film your games, and then they make like highlight videos
like a
for
hype
you,
tape or sizzle
And
reel or whatever?
They keep
Okay.
your stats, and they do all this
okay.
thing, and then they help you submit those
To teams.
to colleges.
That's cool.
And then they do the same thing for like 2-year schools where you can go play football
Yeah,
still.
JUCO or whatever.
JUCO. And then they submit those to bigger Division One
yeah,
schools
that's cool.
and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. They have a huge headquarters. What is the Hopcat?
Yeah, down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
When Hopcat opened, Hudl was building their location right behind them down there. So it's
Oh,
right
I know
down
exactly
in
where that
Haymarket.
is then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
They're a really cool, like modern company. I've heard. I have some friends that work there, and it's like it's kind of like here, just
Yeah.
fun.
So here's my little bit on Hudl.
Okay.
And I thought this was fun because I don't know how these three people got together, but they can't be any more different.
Oh.
And I would love to have
it's like
talked
an
to them. And
Opposites attract situation.
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So they opened in 2020. So they opened in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh, perfect.
Right there in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They have a huge patio out front. It is a good looking
Where's this at?
location in Las Vegas. It's
Okay.
at, let's see, where was it? 1327 South Main Street. Yeah.
Main Street. Where's Main Street?
don't know.
Is that
I don't know.
Okay.
Is it down near Old Town? Like down near what's the
like
old
the downtown part?
What's it called down there? Come on, I never go down
I
there.
have been nowhere but the Boulevard and Fremont Street.
That's what it is.
Fremont.
Street.
Yeah, is it down there? It's got to be
Maybe.
down there.
Okay, so the three co-founders. First one, Skip Norfolk. Skip
Okay.
Norfolk. That's a great name, by the way.
It is.
He was a supercross and motocross mechanic for years.
Okay.
Okay?
Works on bikes. All right.
That's the
Cool.
first guy. And then he got into craft beer that way.
That happens.
Apparently, the motocross crowd is definitely into craft beer. Second, Ken Cooper.
Ken Cooper.
Cooper was born and raised in Colorado.
Well, he's got beer in his veins.
Exactly.
Yep.
And then served in the Navy for 18 years.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So, Navy guy.
Been around the world, probably. Yep.
Absolutely. Was in like Desert Storm, Desert Shield, like
Oh,
you
wow.
name it. Like
Okay.
that dude served. And then finally, Lisa Hamilton, 40 years of business operation management.
Perfect.
So
Gotta have
she's
the
like
business
the
side. Yeah.
financial wizard
Yeah.
of it all.
Huh.
Those are the 3 co-founders.
Yeah. How does the financial lady meet the Navy vet who meets the bike guy?
The motocross
Yeah. Huh.
wrench monkey, right?
That's
I mean,
cool.
yeah. I don't know, but I have no idea. But man, that would be a fun story to hear.
Yeah.
So I took that right off their website. I thought, man, if I ever go there, I'm asking them this
Yeah.
question.
How'd you guys connected?
Yep.
I did a little bit of research, and I was kind of thinking about what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Bill Murray caught my attention.
Cool.
And I thought, what would be interesting about Bill Murray?
Zombieland. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
You're close.
Okay.
Oh.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Ha.
Ghostbusters. Some trivia
Oh.
about Ghostbusters. Maybe some facts you do or don't know.
Okay.
Also, National Ghostbusters Day,
They have one of those.
August 28th.
Why?
August 28th?
No idea. Maybe that was the day that was open.
That's cool.
No, it was a summer movie. Right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So, August 28th. There you go. I don't know why, but it
Okay.
is.
I'm gonna Google it.
Bill Murray.
If a movie comes out in August, it's a flop. That's why they push it to August. Go ahead.
Bill Murray.
Yes.
4th choice.
Really?
Yes.
Even with really?
Yeah. You want to hear who
Wow.
was up before him?
Absolutely.
John Belushi. Guess what happened to him? He died.
He died.
Michael Keaton. Coming off Mr. Mom.
Man, wow.
And then Chevy Chase. So Bill Murray was the 4th choice.
Could you imagine? Try to imagine.
Yeah. Chevy Chase in that role?
Oh boy. I
don't
love.
know.
I
Maybe.
like Chevy Chase. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. I like his movies.
him. Yeah, but I just don't know. What do you say, Dolan? Do you find it? When was it released?
No, I just got a message from Bergman, our merch,
Oh,
and they didn't have what I wanted. So now I gotta
Rats.
boo.
gotta reorder.
Eddie
I love-
Murphy. Heard of him? Mm-hmm. They wanted him for Winston.
Wow.
But then he was like, oh, I got this script for this movie called Beverly Hills Cop. I'm going to do that instead.
He should probably do that instead.
Yes.
Yes.
Director of the movie, Ivan Reitman.
Ivan Reitman.
Guess what he did in the movie? He's in the movie. Well, his voice is. He's the voice of Zool and Slimer.
Wait, you said Ghostbusters Day,
Yeah.
National Ghostbusters Day,
Yeah, 8/28.
August 28th?
Yeah.
I'm getting June 8th,
Oh.
Weird. I got
Now,
8/28.
I would bet that was its release date.
1984 release.
There we go.
June 8th is Ghostbusters Day, marking the anniversary of its 1984 release.
I believe Ghostbusters was released the same day as Gremlins.
Oh, wow.
I think those two, because we saw them both on the same day. Like, it was
Hell
opening
yeah.
weekend. Yeah.
I mean, that library scene at the beginning, that's scary as shit.
It was. Yes.
Oh, no thanks.
wait. So the voice of Zool was Ivan.
Ivan Reitman.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Yes.
Wow.
The hotline on the commercial, they're like, call the Ghostbusters on
Yes.
whatever. That was a real number.
You could call
You
it?
could call it.
No.
And you would get a message.
From it's
From
the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it was like Dan Aykroyd and maybe Harold Ramis that had left a message. That was back in the 80s when you could do that. Remember they used to have all those all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Egon. Harold Ramis, not the first choice. He might have been the 5th choice.
No way.
You want to know who else?
Absolutely.
First choice, Christopher Walken.
Yes.
Okay, I could see it. I could
Yes.
see
Jeff
it.
Goldblum.
I could see that too.
John Lithgow.
Sadly, I could see that too.
And Christopher Lloyd. Coming off Taxi and Back to the Future.
Man. I'll tell you what, oh boy.
Somehow it worked.
There's only
Him
one-
and Bill Murray worked together.
There's
Pretty
only
good.
one Egon, though.
That's true.
Man.
The Ecto 1. The car.
Yeah.
Originally painted black.
Really?
So it wasn't white. It wasn't the white ambulance that we know. It was black.
Maybe too hearse looking, maybe.
It was hard to see on the camera.
Oh.
Like the details of it didn't pop the way they wanted it to. So then they repainted it white.
white.
Only one of those cars was used until almost 2/3 of the way through the second movie. And then
Okay.
it died and they had to get another one. But some movies, or even like Dukes of Hazzard TV show,
Oh, yes.
it was just like 50 shells of the car they could put on, right?
Yep.
This was the only one that they had.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's some people that are in the movie that you'll probably be like, what? I want to go back and watch it just to see them.
All right.
Debbie Gibson,
Really?
pop star, sensational
No.
from the 80s. She's the birthday girl with a pink bow in her hair at the Tavern on the Green. It's like, okay, great.
All right.
Also, Larry King,
I think I remember this.
probably suspenders that fit
Yep.
before his shoulders were all weird. And this guy, Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy's in
I
it.
just saw
Really?
a movie with Ron Jeremy in it. I was at
Dolan.
Whoa.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Not that kind of movie.
No, I mean, okay, it was kind of like that.
Oh boy.
No, I was at a bar.
Oh.
Where was that? So there's a spot here in Omaha called Night Owl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down in Blackstone.
That's right.
That's where
They have
I was
great
at.
tater tots, by the way.
Dude, I had the tachos.
Wow.
Super good.
You can tell we're hungry.
Yeah. And so I went there for dinner. It was my wife and my roommate. And the thing about Night Owls, they always play like these B movies, like
That's
really
true, yeah.
bad, just weird movies up there.
Yes.
And there was one called Orgasmo.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Sadly, I've seen
have you
this.
seen this?
I
yeah,
have.
that's the guy from
Yes.
South Park.
Yes.
Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy's
Yeah,
in
it's-
it.
It's Trey Parker and Matt
Yeah,
Stone.
yeah.
Yeah, Ron. I think Ron
He's
Jeremy's in
he's
it.
like a Seventh-day Adventist Mormon kid or something
Yep.
going around. Yeah. That was their first
Yep.
movie before basketball.
Yes.
Was it that one that he was in? Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Orgasmo. Yep.
Ron Jeremy's in it.
Yep.
Louis Tully.
Is yep.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
They
thank
didn't
you.
want Rick Moranis.
Why?
They wanted fellow Canadian John Candy. But he was busy.
So sadly I could see that too.
Yeah. That'd been interesting,
I
right?
could see it.
We talked about it just a second ago. The library scene. When they're reaching in, that's a slimy, goopy stuff. Well, they use this stuff called methyl xylose, which is a Chinese food starch.
Weird.
And that's how they make it so stringy and gross. On set, the Slimer puppet was known as Onion Head.
Onion head.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why? Because it smelled like an onion. It stunk. It was really bad, and nobody really wanted to be in it.
Yep.
It wasn't named Slimer.
Oh.
The audience named him Slimer because when he goes over Venkman,
He's slimy.
he's slimy.
Yeah.
So people started calling him Slimer. And then
what was his name?
they didn't have a name.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
The people on the movie, they just called him Onion Head. But in the script, it was just Green Ghost.
Oh, okay.
So Ivan Reitman's like, hey, that's kind of catchy. So then in the cartoon,
Slimer.
and then in 2, he's known as Slimer.
Yeah.
It took him 1 year to write, shoot, and release the movie for the summer season. They didn't have much time. Like, we got to hurry up.
Yeah.
And the thing that took the most time was the special effects.
Yes.
There's a scene where they're at the fancy hotel and they're trying to get Slimer, and he's in the ballroom, and they're shooting. That's when they're like, "Don't cross the streams," all that. The Slimer in that version is just a green painted peanut. So if you go back and watch it, it's like this big. It's just a peanut out of the shell that they painted green, and that's the Slimer going around the screen.
And that's
Yes.
the Slimer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
There's a guy named Stephen Dane. Ever heard of him?
No.
He was the one that they hired to make all the cool-looking gear.
Oh.
Proton packs and the
Yeah.
traps, and he
Yep.
had 2 weeks to make it for the movie.
That's it.
Yeah,
Well, that's why it looks so like
put
industrial.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, I got to do it. We got to hurry up. He does all this work. He gets it in there. I mean, everybody knows that stuff. They had toys. I had one of the
Yes.
traps when I was a kid
Yep.
in the 80s. They spelled his name wrong in the credits,
oh
and they didn't fix it.
man.
Bill Murray, he did not get paid to be in this movie.
What?
Nope.
In the first one?
Yeah, he says, like, I don't want money. What I want is for you to make my movie that I want to make, a passion project. And it was the first time he ever acted. It was not a comedy. So, kind of, which he's kind of known for now, like, taking some steps on it, right?
Right. Groundhog Day?
Razor's Edge. It's
What?
called. Yeah.
What?
Came out in, like, 1986.
Okay.
It was his first dramatic role. It lost $6 million in the box office. It flopped big time. So when number 2 came around, he was like, yes, please. Can I have that money?
I'll get paid now.
You know how much he made for number 2?
No, do you?
$6 million.
There you go. That's
And
a lot.
35% split of the gross,
That's pretty good.
which netted them each. So Murray, Aykroyd, Harold Ramis,
Yep.
and Ivan Reitman,
Yep.
$50 million.
Whoa. Each. It's not bad. That's not a bad day's work right there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No. $6 million each plus 35% split.
Oh.
An estimated $50 million all
Total.
total.
Well, that's still pretty good.
But still
Yeah.
pretty darn good.
For 1989.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I have for us.
I couldn't help myself.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 music tie-ins to this.
Okay.
Okay. What's the name of this beer again?
Trip to Light Razztastic.
So, one of my dad's favorite songs
Okay.
is Procol Harum,
Yeah. Whiter Shade of Pale?
Whiter Shade of Pale.
Yeah.
Okay. The very first line, we skipped the light fandango.
We skip the light fandango. Turn cartwheels across the floor.
I mean, it sounds like Steve Winwood singing.
Ironically, Steve Winwood was one of the people that covered this song. So I've got a whole list. If you go on Spotify, it'll give you a whole list of people that have covered this song.
Okay, and he was one of the ones that did?
He was one.
I'd say it fits his voice perfect.
English rock band Procol Harum issued their debut record on May 12th, 1967.
Yeah, that
And
fits.
this was the single
Damn.
on that album.
Such a good song.
Oh, number 1 on the UK singles chart on June 8th and stayed there for 6 weeks without much promotion. They really didn't. They just released it, and there you go. That's a single
go,
from our
huh?
album. Yep. It hit the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and stayed at number 5, unfortunately. Never hit number 1. It was number 5. But they really didn't do a lot in the U.S. either with that. They
He
didn't
says
promote
67.
it. 67.
Yes,
I mean, this would have been like the Beatles.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Everything. The
Everything.
Beatles, the Stones,
Yeah,
the Who,
Stones,
Motown's
Who.
blowing
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
It is one of the most commercially successful singles in history, having sold more than 10 million copies worldwide. In since years, Whiter Shade of Pale has become an enduring classic and known to be covered by over 1,000 other artists.
Dang.
So here's a little cross section of the
1,000?
artists that we may know of.
Okay.
Okay. This isn't like a deep cut like Brian, right? Brian's got deep cuts on these, like, have
Sure.
you ever heard this guy or whatever? Yeah. These are mainstream. Annie
Okay.
Lennox,
Yeah.
Joe Cocker,
Oh, yeah.
Black Label Society.
Really?
Oh boy, it's great too.
Interesting.
It is great. Santana.
That'd be cool.
I could see that.
Yeah. Steve Winwood.
Oh, yeah.
Government Mule.
Government Mule, that's probably like a 30-minute song.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Marcy Playground.
Really?
Yeah.
They're the ones who did Sex and Candy.
Willie Nelson.
That's
The Willie one is tough,
different.
Yeah.
but it's definitely Willie.
He willified it.
He totally
Well,
did.
yeah.
Percy Sledge.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I haven't heard it yet, but I want to hear it.
Percy Sledge is a great singer.
The Box Tops.
Oh, that's old. Yeah, that's like
Old.
right away, like 68, I bet.
The Everly Brothers.
Yep,
Which
which is
is
the same.
Absolutely beautiful. Like it is.
Those guys
it
can
is
sing.
melodic. Like you. Yeah, it's great.
Back then, songs were like, if it was kind of a hit or coming up, it'd be like 5 or 6 people do it right away.
Absolutely.
Boom, just get it done.
Yep.
It was different back then to do cover songs.
And finally, that no talent ass clown,
Uh-oh.
Michael Bolton.
No talent ass clown.
Well, that's a throwback
That's a
to
joke, yeah.
Office Space.
Oh, okay.
Office Space.
I thought you were
I
being
don't really
serious.
believe that about Michael Bolton,
Yeah,
but
he can
that's what Michael Bolton, the tech worker
Uh-huh.
in Office Space, calls
Said,
Michael
yeah.
Bolton. Does he tell
Yeah,
that
because they have the same name.
no talent ass clown came along, right?
Same guy that plays the rap and then rolls
Why
the
do
window
I
up and locks
like
the door.
Absolutely.
Oh, I like that free ass clown.
No talent ass clown.
No, just ass clown.
Yeah. In 1977, the song was named joint winner of the Best of British Pop Singles from 1952 to 1977 with Bohemian Rhapsody from Queen.
Dang.
So,
25 years of
52 to
songs.
77,
Yeah.
the best single.
British single, yeah.
British single. It tied with Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's crazy.
Think about all the British bands in that time frame, including the Beatles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this song tied with
it's
Bohemian
such a-
Rhapsody.
I've heard it at weddings, at
Yep.
like high school dances, and just yeah.
Yep.
It's a great song.
There we go. And I recall at a very young age my dad wanting to go find this record.
Sure.
And then listening to it, like sitting with him and listening to it. So it's
Golly,
it has
that's cool.
become one of my favorites just over the years. So second music tie-in,
Okay.
'Cause
I
I got-
like that you're in the tie-ins today. With the
Right?
music
Okay.
tie-ins. I like these.
because I thought, okay, what am I going to do with this? Trustworthy, Hudl, I can go football. We talk about sports all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael Keaton just recently reprised his role as
Yeah,
Batman.
in the Flash movie that's coming
Right?
out. Yeah.
Yeah, will have come out already, right?
Oh, yeah.
As of this recording, there was a song on the soundtrack called "Trust." Do you remember this? If you think about it, when the Joker
The Prince song?
the Prince song,
Yeah.
is doing
Yeah,
he's having his parade
Yeah.
and he's dancing up on top of
Oh, yeah,
the,
yeah. Joke. Yeah.
That's Trust. That's the song Trust.
Okay.
So I thought, well, well, let's look at that.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
look at the Batman soundtrack.
Oh, with Bat Dan.
Would you believe it's actually listed as Prince's 11th studio album? Because it was all Prince.
Oh.
Well, and it was Warner Brothers owned it, and he was
Exactly.
on Warner Brothers record label, and he was like trying to get out of there.
Yep.
Yeah, I would believe that.
So it's his 11th studio album, released June 20th, 1989.
Oh, hey, the new king in town.
Hit number 1 on the Billboard 200 and stayed there for 6 weeks.
Yep.
Dolan doesn't... We lived this.
Yeah.
When Michael Keaton Batman came out in 1989,
Yeah.
that changed the world.
That was the first time you saw Batman on a T-shirt. That symbol. Now you
Wow.
can go get Target and buy 5 different ones.
Absolutely.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
The album is certified double platinum,
Yeah.
which doesn't surprise me at all. We all owned it.
I had
all
a
of us.
cassette tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all owned it. 2001, Prince revealed that the project was initially supposed to be a collaboration between himself and Michael Jackson.
Oh, snap.
And he said, "Did you know the album was supposed to be a duet between Michael Jackson and me? He as Batman, me as the Joker. Prince would have sung the funk songs for the villains, and Michael Jackson would have sung the ballads as the heroes. It never came to fruition because Michael Jackson released Bad, and that tour exploded.
Yeah, and he got super... I mean, I have a picture somewhere of Prince as the Joker.
As the Joker.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
He wore purple all the time.
Yeah.
And that's,
but he had the face paint and everything.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool.
In the album's liner notes, the lyrics from each song aren't associated to Prince.
Okay.
They're associated to either the Batman, Joker,
Oh.
Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
Yep.
I remember that from roller skating.
Let's see. The Future, Scandalous are credited to Batman, while Electric Chair, Trust, the
Yeah.
song we're talking about, are credited to the Joker. Vicky Waiting is sung from the perspective of Bruce Wayne, while Lemon Crush comes from Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
And the two characters share a duet. Arms of Orion, which was probably my favorite.
Yeah.
And I think that was Sheena Easton.
Yeah, I think so.
That sang
Yeah,
with
yeah.
on that. And Party Man
Party Man was great.
was inspired by Prince's first meeting with Jack Nicholson.
That's
on
when they went
set.
down and broke all the art.
Yes.
And painted and smashed shit. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a scene where Jack Nicholson throws his arms out and he hits a bronze statue and knocks it off they're in the museum.
Yeah.
It bruised his arm so much that he had to wear sleeves the rest of production.
Really?
Yeah. It
Dang.
bruised his arm so badly. They took him to the hospital. They were
Holy crap.
worried like it might
Broke his
cause
arm or
an
something?
infection.
Dang.
Yeah, it was bad, but he was just in the moment and he blam and he hit this very heavy bronze statue. And if you watch it, it launches off to the side. Like
damn.
he hit it hard. Doesn't change his demeanor at all. Just keeps going with
Yeah,
it. So,
he's a true actor.
yeah.
Him and his buddy Bob in that movie. Bob.
Man, Bob. And then he
Now I want to go
shoots
watch
Bob.
this. Yeah, he does.
Man.
He does.
Yeah.
Bob had his own action figure.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I may or may not have that. in my basement in a bin.
Oh, now I want to go watch Batman.
So there you go. Those are my
89.
2 music tie-ins to this. Somehow, I mean, I
That
got
was a
2.
good one.
It's kind of a deep dive, but
Those
there you
were
go.
great. Those were great.
I figured you'd appreciate, as a music guy, you would probably appreciate that. TripAdvisor.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So let me get this straight before we go into this.
Yes, sir.
Both of these places have a location in Vegas.
That is true.
But one of them also has one in California.
Yes. So
Okay.
Hudl is only 2 years old.
Okay, and that's
now
2021.
3 years
Right,
old.
okay.
Yes. Now 3 years old. That's the one on Main Street. Trustworthy is the one that has 2 locations, Burbank and
that's where you went to the
in,
tap room or whatever.
in Las Vegas. Yes,
Okay.
in the Palazzo. So this is on the one in Las Vegas because that's the one I went to. David Leinhart, 3.5 out of 5 on 42 reviews.
Okay.
So not great.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were the food reviews. So the food, maybe some of the service was a little slow. Quite honestly, it's Las Vegas, right? I mean,
Right.
that's how Las Vegas is.
Yeah.
You got to have some patience
Sure.
or whatever. David Leinhart gave it 1 star.
Uh-oh.
Don't waste your time. This place is hit or miss if it's open or not.
Oh.
And I only cut this one out because they answered.
Oh, they did.
The
Okay.
response from the owner, wow.
Wow. Wow.
Other than clearly posting hours on our website, Google, and OpenTable, is there something else we could be doing for you? For whatever reason, this struck a chord
Yeah.
with them, and man, they let them have it. And
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
I do too.
Yeah, like
They were like, probably had a bad day, and they're like, you know what? We're
Dude.
going to respond to this guy.
what else do you
Clown.
want?
We told you when we're open.
Yeah.
4 different places. It's even on the front door.
Outside of just calling you on your phone.
Hey, are you coming today? Or
Right.
no? We should shut down? Or
Hey, we're open till 9.
oh my gosh.
Jackass. All right, Untapped. Trip the Light Razztastic. Where do you think we land? 159 check-ins.
Oh, my gosh.
Not very many at all.
Okay. The flavor was great.
Yeah.
The ABV was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very.
It was a little thicker.
Then
I would have
I
rated it higher because it wasn't very thick.
Okay, so when I had it,
Uh-huh.
it was on nitro.
Oh, that make a difference probably.
And it did make a
Yeah,
difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
So did you like it in the can or the nitro better?
The nitro was better. Now,
Okay.
it's a porter, right? It's
Yeah.
not a stout.
Yeah.
It's a porter.
Yeah.
So it was generally
but a
going to be...
9% porters.
I was actually getting like a little bit of chocolate notes, and I don't know if that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, you get that roasty.
Yeah, the roasty. Yeah.
I'm going to say 3.68.
I'm gonna go 357.
384.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I went and looked. It's most of the check-ins were coming from the from tap, not from the can.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So it was pushed up because of that, I would think.
Yeah.
Right? It's always going to be better out of
It
the
was
tap
good.
anyway.
I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
It has been my favorite beer that's come out of Las
Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah, without a doubt.
There you go.
It's got that raspberry flavor you want.
Yep.
It's not overpowering. You get
Nope.
the porter stuff too.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Can you sit down and order it? Like gamble? Is there anything in there?
No, I
you
don't.
gotta go shopping.
you
Yeah,
can't flip a little
yeah.
Can't
heavy tip and
no
get
scratch.
No, not at this place. No, no.
Hey, can you run about half a block, which is 8 miles in
Right.
Vegas, down there and grab me a can?
it? Oh man.
No,
I bet if you're a good enough tipper, maybe
maybe.
they have rules against that.
Maybe
I don't know.
You could probably just bring it right in.
I mean, if you slid somebody, like if you didn't want to walk that far,
Yeah.
Yep.
you slid somebody a 20, I'd probably just keep your 20.
They probably just keep your 20.
Yeah, you're
and then
not
just,
seeing them again.
No.
Oh, yeah, probably that's true.
It is Vegas.
All right, next week we are finally going to do our tea episode.
Boston Tea Party, but
Hey,
not
hey.
in Boston.
Well,
Well, some of them
technically-
are.
Technically, one of them comes from
Okay,
Boston.
all right.
Okay.
Didn't start there, but actually comes from there now. So
Okay.
we will do that. And then Brian had asked, we've got more coming after that. There are more, I'd say summer beers, but
Okay.
it depends on what you're looking for in the summer.
We just got to get through the Appalachian Mountains first, and then
We're driving through those, and then
Yep.
we're going to go up to the coast, and we're going to drink some IPA, I hope.
Go up north.
Yeah.
There you go.
May or may not sound familiar.
It's a great place to go for summertime.
Absolutely.
I like it.
So until then, we're not going anywhere for a while.
Let's have another beer.
Thank you for listening to A Beer with Atlas. Special thanks to our brand team for producing the show. Each episode of A Beer with Atlas is powered by Atlas MedStaff, an industry leader in travel healthcare staffing.